Welcome, everybody. Welcome, ETH Denver world, all together gathered here virtually at the MakerSpace. Thank you for coming to our kickoff. Super excited to be here and tell you all about what the MakerSpace is, who I am, who are the wonderful people participating, and how we're all sort of integrated into this net of artists, programmers, and amazing people doing things in the blockchain space. So we have about 45 minutes today. I'm going to start making a brief presentation, and then I'm going to go around the booths and show you the virtual space. So if you guys are already in the virtual space, great. You can meet other people and kind of wander around the booths. If you guys are outside of the space, and if you are, seeing these on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, you can also add comments, and I can see the stuff there. So without further ado, I'll get started telling you what this is and how fun it's going to be. So let me get started here. So as I mentioned, the MakerSpace is a community of artists and people interested in decentralization and technology. And what we do is create integrations and create different collaborations. How did the MakerSpace come to be? Why am I doing the MakerSpace with ETH Denver? What's the story behind this? So this is the fourth version of ETH Denver, and I started with them from day one, and it seems to have taken off because we're still here. So my name is Jessica Angel. I am a visual artist, and I'm working with different art and technology initiatives. So let me get to my slides again. They got lost for a second here. Give me 1 second. Where are my slides? I lost the slides. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to get back to it. Share the screen. And they should be here again. Sorry about that. I'll continue with the slides. Here we go. So as I mentioned, since 2018, I started with ETH Denver. My name is Jessica Angel. You can find me as Crypto Artsy in Telegram and different platforms in Twitter. Yeah, so you can find me there. Then the art that I make is installation art. What I do is create these immersive environments with physical things, physical objects. Like this, for example, is paper. And I wrap this room with these sort of characters. I'm really interested in technology and mostly interested in the idea of information as the core of how we see the world in our time. Information has changed throughout the history of humanity, and it has shown that the truth, the concept of truth, it is variable depending on the informational rules of each time. So I've been exploring ways of integrating space, of integrating information, ideas around bits and around science and technology. For example, here I was trying to explore non-Euclidean geometry against Euclidean geometry, things like that that kind of wander around the idea of mathematics as well. And basically taking over these large spaces. Like this, for example, was an idea of like, how about I connect the black hole with a computer motherboard? Like kind of dissimilar things that range between the massive and the minute and kind of the, I don't know, organic and inorganic. And just kind of exploring things like that. Here is a project about the celestial sphere. We have projects all around across the board, taking over spaces. So for example, the MakerSpace responds to this, to taking over a space. What I do with these spaces is invite people to take over and create collaborations with them. For example, a concert inside the space, or a video projections over the space. Like, this was one of the largest pieces I've done, and it was great. It was like a whole year of public programs. And this is actually where I met someone from the blockchain space who invited me to create a piece around the Doge Ethereum bridge connection. So it was really cool to sort of enter the space, the blockchain space, through art. So a lot of the things that are happening in blockchain and art have to do with tokenizing or digital art. I sort of have a different approach towards it, which is using blockchain instead of blockchain helping me, let's say, monetize through my art. It's more like, how is my art going to help the blockchain space to become more visible, more experiential, and maybe less technical for people who come for the first time and experience it. So the Doge Ethereum bridge was that first one approach. And then I put together this project that was inspired by mathematics, multidimensional forms. This was a Klein bottle, and it was with TrueBit, a blockchain project, which is the one that I met, and that other installation piece that I just showed you. And the plan was to create this community of artists and programmers to go inside the space and take over it, sort of in the same sort of way that I had been doing before, but bringing actual people coming from actual technological backgrounds, like most of you guys. This project was never realized because this was early 2018, and we had the funds that TrueBit had achieved from doing the verification layer of the Doge Ethereum bridge. But then those funds that were to cover this just dropped right there once we got them, and we just didn't cash them out. So the project is basically ready to be produced, but we just didn't have the funds then. Maybe right now we could, but I don't have those funds. I never really received those funds, but maybe we'll get back to that project in the future. But, you know, I didn't give up. I continued with the community, growing the community, and looking for alternative ways within the blockchain space to create something massive that I had envisioned. So I'm right now working with the Kusama Network and with Spheroid Universe, which are both projects that are invited to the MakerSpace this year. So you get to meet them and to see a little bit of what we've been doing. But basically this project is at the Cambie Street Bridge South, part of the Vancouver Biennale of Public Art. And we're taking over this massive 600-foot long pathway underpass under this bridge and transforming it into this Kusama Network inspired landscape. So we also have it in virtual reality, so you can visit it, and that's it. So that's where the art project decentralized community comes from, and that is where the MakerSpace comes from. Because when I was giving this one space at the ETH Denver 2018, it was just this room. And then we decided, okay, we got to just take over the room with visuals, get all the people, invite the artists, people from the community, get the hackers up to this really sort of abandoned room up in the 6th floor, and just make it sort of the fun place to be at the event, which it actually became that. So we did workshops and talks up there, and even like people who are working with you know, computer programming and VR eventually ended up helping out with all this physical stuff, video animations, video experiments, music. So this is what the MakerSpace is, where it comes from. Every MakerSpace, we have a new group of people interacting and playing around, playing with Arduinos, Raspberry Pis. Something really interesting is that the MakerSpace became this hub for the creative hackers to be these sort of, you know, like, okay, this is a space where I can work. And they ended up doing collaborations with artists and with facilitators who we had invited to do Arduinos, Raspberry Pi sort of integrations. They ended up doing really awesome like data connected to the art through lights and sound and, you know, all sorts of fun stuff. People making drawings and making all sorts of, you know, kind of visualizations and cartoons and really fun stuff. This was the last year's MakerSpace with our buffacorn and our friends doing Arduino Raspberry Pi stuff. And then the MakerSpace in 2020 sort of like took over the whole 6 floors of the castle of the whole building. And so it's really great to see how throughout the years the MakerSpace was this little room up there and just slowly took over. And now this year we are going virtual. And I hope we can manage to replicate the same kind of interactions that we had at the original ETH Denver, which I think we will be able to do through this GamerJibe platform that we're using. So I want to invite you to join our community if you're interested in, learning more about how to interact with the art community if you're a programmer, or if you are a project like, for example, Spheroid Universe, which is a very serious project. It's great to have them there because they support artists, and we have a really cool collaboration going with the artists. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But if you think that this is up your alley, just scan this code and join us there, and feel free to talk to us there. So thank you for that. Now I want to share with you what the castle is. What is this about? The castle is really fun. We have some friends over there already. I'm happy to share my screen for those who are not inside the castle. Here we go. All right. So this is the castle. Let me enlarge this. If you haven't registered yet to the castle, I'm gonna have to tell you to do it. It takes a little time to go around kind of the registration process, but it will take maybe something like 24 hours. So do it now, ethdenver.com. So let's see what our friends here say. Hello, everybody. Do you hear me? Bruno, do you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry, I was deafened. Hello.
Hello.
All right. Did you see the live stream? Were you able to see the live stream?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. All right, so this is our MakerSpace. These are awesome collaborators. Come join this team. Lots of fun stuff happening. So let's start. I'm going to start here. Oops. I'm going to start in our main booth so you can see the program. So you go to the main booth information over here, and you click. You're going to click, and you're going to see the program. You're going to find day by day MakerSpace Kick Off, which is what we're doing right now. Later today, we're going to have 2 artists talking. So when you make it to the GamerJibe, make sure that you check this out and you lock some of the dates on your calendar for this awesome stuff that is happening. Each booth is going to have a series of links, so you can explore more what's happening in every place. Hey, you guys. Okay, let's go to Kusama. Where are our Kusama superstars? All right, thank you. So if you guys want to join us back here, I think we all have to be in the same enclosed space, or you can just open the stream. You'll be able to see it here, all the stuff. Okay, let's go.
Should I private chat it or with the stage, or should I speak here in the public space?
Oh, I don't know. It's up to you. How do you want to do it?
I'll do it here.
Okay, we can do it from here.
So
who's speaking?
Yeah, so I'm Bruno.
Okay, hi Bruno. So I'm gonna open your.
So real briefly, Kusama is the experimental cousin network of Polkadot. So we use this for rapid prototyping of new functionality and for financially backed testing. So this is something we use as a network that's not afraid to take risks. It's less conservative than Polkadot, and it's not afraid to be a little less conventional in terms of what it supports. And this is why it's quite cypherpunk friendly, art oriented, and very creative and chaotic in nature. So what we're doing here on Kusama, in this particular instance with MakerSpace, is we are actually building NFTs on top of Kusama, even though Kusama is not a smart contract chain that supports smart contracts and can do native NFTs. So what we did is we used some functionality called Remark. Actually, Kusama has this NFT strategy that I'm going to talk more about on Sunday if you come to the presentation. But in general, we used this functionality to be able to graffiti your transactions, and some special tools are used to interpret those transactions in special ways. And so this network gets NFTs by means of interpreting that special graffiti, kind of like colored coins from Bitcoin, if you're familiar with that approach. So you have some links here you can try out before Sunday, but on Sunday we're going to have a more in-depth explanation and a demo. And here are some screenshots of some NFTs already published on Kusama. You'll notice 3 clay mugs which are actual physical objects that are also registered on chain and have been sent to NFT. So yeah, it's a that's it for me.
Thank you so much. Okay, excellent. Let's move on to Ephemera. Who is on Ephemera? I muted some of you. Yes, I'm sorry, guys.
Hi, I'm JJ. I'm from Ephemera.
Thank you, JJ.
Ephemera is the first NFT marketplace for photography and video art, all kinds of lens-based art on Ethereum.
I'm going to stop you for a second there, JJ. I'm just going to ask everybody to mute themselves because we're getting a bit of a feedback loop here. Obviously, JJ. There you go. Thank you. Continue. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No worries. So yeah, we're a NFT marketplace for lens-based art on Ethereum, obviously. And all of the art are unique, one-of-one ERC 721s. All the art is stored on IPFS. And we have some really cool features as well, like we have galleries that are accounts that are basically tokenizing art on behalf of other artists. So it's an interesting way to add provenance to the art, and it adds a whole other level of kind of history to the NFT. Our event that we're presenting is called Data Bending for All. And it's going to be all about how to create glitch photography using nothing more than a picture and notepad, actually. So it's really cool. It's a really easy way to get into creating, kind of doing photo manipulation in a way that doesn't require Photoshop or fancy tools. All you need is Notepad or a text editor. And yeah, we hope you guys will enjoy it, and please check out Ephemera.
That's great. Thank you so much. Ephemera started about 6 months ago, right?
We started about 6 months ago. We launched in November at the Vancouver Biennale of Art. We had a lot of help from Jessica as well. We're very thankful for Jessica. And yeah, it's been a fun ride. Lots of learning, especially, you know, lots of adapting, especially right now with transaction gas costs being so high. You know, it's really kind of making us look at, you know, what are the kind of new ways that we can innovate in the space and make things a little bit, you know, more convenient and easier to use for everyone. So we're really, really excited about some of the new things that are coming out with Ephemera.
Looking forward to that. And you guys did an open call for artists to collaborate, right, for this event. And then you have some prizes for those artists. And you will be announcing the shortlisted artists the day of your event, right, of your workshop. Do you want to tell us a little bit more?
We have a photography contest going on right now. It's a contest for a photographer and a digital artist to collaborate to create something exciting, and submit it on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtags ephemera and ETHDenver. And we will be announcing the short list of all of the potential winners on the 8th, which is the day of our Data Bending for All talk. So we're really excited about that. If there's any photographers or digital artists who are in the space right now, definitely go to our Ephemera magazine and check out the contest, and we hope to see some submissions.
Yes, something really cool that you did for the contest as they invited artists that were doing collaborative pieces. And I think that goes in the same line of what we do here at the Makerspace, which is collaboration. For example, Kusama, who just explained a little bit about what they're doing, we collaborated with them. I applied for some funds from the Treasury. So when you guys come to their event or their workshop, make sure you ask Bruno and Raul, who's here, what the Treasury is and how you can, as an artist, put together a proposal and maybe tap into some funds to create something awesome. Now, Kusama and myself and Spheroid Universe, who is next, we're also collaborating. So again, just to kind of bring that idea of collaboration is the name of the game in the Makerspace. And some people who maybe are new, you have a project going on. What I would love to see, or what we would love to see, is for you guys to reaching out to the projects with ideas, because everyone here is open for that. And it's amazing to see how after ETHDenver, there's always something new coming with the projects that participating. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, JJ. So let's take a look at the AR magazine that Spheroid Universe put together for this. Is anyone from the Spheroid Universe around?
Jessica, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
My name is from Steward Universe.
Oh, hey.
And, in a sentence, what we do, Steward Universe is a platform for developing and launching XR projects.
Okay.
The technological basis of the platform is the Steward XR Cloud and the Steward Grid programming language that we've developed. The platform's concept is based on the of the concept of private property to augmented reality, which is parceled out into blocks called spaces, which are ERC-72 tokens, like NFT tokens, and on unifying space owners for the purpose of space monetization. What we do, data that is used for visual positioning, which is crucial for augmented reality as a technique and as a method for accurate positioning. And we have today. The presentation will be uploaded in a couple of minutes, so it will be new. You'll be able to check it out. And Jessica, maybe you can say a couple of words about AR and NFT art projects that we will be showing.
Yes, absolutely. I'd love to talk more about what we're doing together. So with the project that I mentioned before that we're doing under the Canby Street Bridge with Kusama, we are using live Kusama data, like, the block creation using their block explorer, and we're also highlighting some of the most important events that have happened in the last basically year or almost year with Kusama. And thank you. And the plan is to use augmented reality, to use Spheroid Universe technology in collaboration with them to bring these really incredible visualizations of the network. So I can actually share real quick some visuals on how the Spheroid Universe has been working with us. We have already a few a few things going on. So this is the voxel bridge with Kusama. This is our address with them. Everything is transparent here, how much we are getting from them. We have 3 different sort of timeline deliverables. We created Art Project 2020, which was also in collaboration with Ephemera, who's also here. And let me get back to Spheroid Universe. Some of the experiments that we've done using, their work, they're pretty amazing. So these are just the very first tests on these objects that are going to be floating in the space. Obviously, they're not colored yet, but we're just testing how solid the AR elements are. We're going to have a series of markers on the floor. And yeah, we're just going to kind of create these objects. Each one of these objects is representing something in the Kusama network. So these are going to be the validators, actually. So some data is going to be able to be seen. You can click on the object and get the data about each one of the validators, for example. So let me move a little faster here. Some of these blocks that are going to be coming up are going to be Genesis blocks. Another one is going to be the block for someone whose kid was registered in the Kusama network right when he was born, which was really sweet, and a series of other things happening in terms of the content of the Kusama network, the network's activity. So thank you. Do you want to maybe we can also talk about our open call for artists? So
yeah. Well, on our booth, on our stand, you can find the link for Android version of the app, which shows NFT AR objects that were created and published in augmented reality by artists. So there are 2 ways to explore this information. Like the first one is 2-dimensional text information describing the idea of the particular object, and you can also view it in augmented reality near yourself. And also the objects are placed in 10 cities, like giga objects, like giant one. So you can find those objects on a map. And if you are in that city, you are able to observe it in the cities.
Very cool. Yeah, so for people who are interested in visual positioning systems and these giga objects and augmented reality in public space, definitely Spheroid Universe is the place to go. There are also blockchain projects, so you can actually buy certain sort of land pieces in the Spheroid and kind of own places where you can upload your virtual reality spaces, which is pretty interesting. And also part of the experimentation that we're doing with them is how the artists who already have work tokenized, let's say, on Rarible or on Super Rare, how they can also display the work, and that work can be linked to the marketplace. So that's a very interesting, I think, a very interesting avenue to display tokenized art. So if you're interested in these 2 things, Spheroid Universe is going to have 2 workshops and talks. So they're on Tuesday, February 9th. The first one at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And then they have another one that same day right after. So you're all invited to come check it out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move on. We have the decentralized dance. Oh, do you guys hear me here? Whoops, I'm sorry. I entered the beanbag and got muted. Gary, are you around to talk about the decentralized dance party?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. So I'm going to play your video because that's not very long. It's like a 1 minute video. Do you think we should do that, or you just want to go straight and talk?
Yeah, video would be great.
Okay, let's go for the video.
Video would be great.
Okay, let's go for the video.
Video would be great. Hi, I'm Gary of Tom and Gary's Decentralized Dance Party. For 10 years. Hi, I'm Gary of Tom and Gary's Decentralized Dance Party. For 10 years, we hosted gigantic open source parties all over the world. We did this using an FM, a mobile synchronized sound system. These
Gary, are you there? Gary?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I think I'm having trouble playing it because I have several things open, and I think it's just kind of crashing in my computer. So you're gonna have to just tell us about it. I can share your images here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually recording this all behind the scenes too. So
Okay, excellent.
share it, potentially. So you're sharing images in the live stream?
I'm sharing the the gamer jibe, all the people here hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay. So but I'm gonna pull the images out to share to our viewers.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think and record and film at the same time. Let me open that.
Or if you want to share your
Okay.
screen, you can
You can
share
hear me?
it too.
Or if you want to share your screen, you can share it too.
Sorry, I'm getting double. Okay. So you can hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry. For some reason, it's not letting me unmute Jessica.
I'm muted to prevent the feedback loop. But go ahead. The floor is yours.
So yeah, basically we started this thing called the Decentralized Dance Party 11 years ago in Vancouver. Voxel Brit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically an open source party concept where we use an FM radio transmitter to broadcast out to an unlimited number of boom boxes. They're all tuned to our frequency, so they're all nodes in the party, and it's decentralized because there's no central audio source, no central location. So we just started doing it as a fun experiment. Thought it would be super awesome, and turned out that it was. But the further we went with this project, the parties got bigger and bigger, up to hundreds of boom boxes, thousands of people, and we saw it as this crazy evolution of the flash mob. It's kind of like a joy riot, basically, where everyone is transformed by the atmosphere, and it creates this autonomous zone where people are just liberated from normal social norms, and it's this just anarchic, free-forming, roaming party adventure. And we did it all over the world now. We did tours across Canada and the USA, just self-booked, crowd-funded, over to Europe as well. And as this thing has been developing, Bitcoin got turned on to Bitcoin in 2011. I've always been a filmmaker and way into everything open source, and it's been an amazing adventure, this whole greater decentralization revolution unfolding at the same time, and we've done our best to weave it all together with the DDP, done tons of parties at crypto conferences, and done everything we can to promote Bitcoin. And then the Doge starting in 2013, been very inspired by that community and everything the Doge has inspired others to do, like sending the Jamaican bobsled team to the Olympics, NASCARs, all the crazy, hilarious stuff. So our parties are usually, the boom boxes are covered in Doge stickers, and just promoting these Dogely values and community togetherness, not any of the tribalistic tendencies that unfortunately drag us down even in this new world we're trying to build with open source everything. And then, yeah, when the pandemic hit, we started doing virtual parties on Zoom and realized pretty fast that everyone on the Zoom could potentially be a node out in the world with their own speaker. So you can have 1,000 people on a Zoom. Each of them can be out in the world with a boombox or a sound box. And you can have video and audio linked both ways. So this, we realized, was the way to fulfill our ultimate vision, is to do simultaneous global parties that unite the world and win the Nobel Prize for partying. And it's pretty awesome now with NFTs really taking off. Like 7 years ago, we had the idea to create peace bonds. Takes the idea of a war bond the governments used to sell to raise money for a war, and instead peace bonds to wage peace with the parties. So the plan is to issue $1 million worth of peace bonds, and then everyone who has donated for a peace bond will be repaid once the Nobel Prize is achieved. And the plan is to launch tonight, actually. There's 8 different bonds, and one's going to be released every day.
All right. So that information is going to be on the booth. I think I may be able to play the video now because I found it on YouTube separate. So instead of the booth. So I'm going to try to play it, and then we'll move on. Thank you so much for that description.
Awesome. Have a nice day. Hi, I'm Gary of Tom and Gary's Decentralized Dance Party. For 10 years, we hosted gigantic open source parties all over the world. We did this using an FM radio transmitter to broadcast out to hundreds of boomboxes, creating a mobile, synchronized sound system. These parties completely transform public space, allowing total strangers to instantly connect on a deep human level. Our ultimate goal was always to host a simultaneous global party that would unite the world in celebration and earn us the Nobel Peace Prize. When the pandemic canceled everything, we began hosting virtual parties and quickly realized that by linking giant portable speakers to our virtual world, we could now create mixed reality global celebrations. The pandemic had revealed the key to uniting the world. The next step is to host multiple DDPs at ETH Denver 2021. An extremely fun and 100% free blockchain conference held in virtual space. This will also be the release of our Peace Bond NFTs. Join us as we co-create the open source revolution and lay the foundations for a future that will maximize freedom, creation, and loving connection.
All right. I just shared that. I don't know if you guys were able to see it on the live stream. All right, moving forward. I don't know if anyone from the blockchain arcade is here. I don't know. Anyone from the blockchain arcade is in the space? And then we have also the art gallery, super cool. So we have these two. I don't know. Annie Phillips is in the space. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. The blockchain arcade is going to be showcasing a few interesting games that are really hot right now. So it'll be Dark Forest and Axie Infinity. The team is going to be here on, let me double check the date. They're going to be giving a walkthrough of these games and sharing a video for you. That is happening, I believe, let me double check. You can always come here on Wednesday, the 10th, from 3 to 5 p.m. So please come and check that out. It's going to be super fun. All right. And lastly, the The art gallery, super cool stuff. You guys make sure you check the art gallery on the Artifacts of the Metaverse. There is a link for the crypto voxels space. Definitely check it out. That's really amazing, the gallery for ETH Denver. That's going to be an art auction. Over 100 artists submitted to this open call, artists from all over the crypto art space. So it's a lot of artwork you're gonna see. And then all these pieces are gonna be for sale by the end of the conference. So just make sure you check that out because it really is worth it. I'm gonna try to share it on the live stream. I'm not sure if my computer will take all of this VR at the same time, but let's see. It seems like it. You'll get to walk around. Oh, wow, lots of peeps here. You'll get to walk around and see the gallery, which is almost like this really classic museum of art. I love what they did with this. It's really amazing. So Annie's going to be doing a walkthrough of the space here as part of the MakerSpace. So keep an eye on that one as well. Okay, so I think we are done with our MakerSpace kickoff walkthrough. Does anybody have questions? We still have 3.5 minutes. If anybody wants to add anything, feel free to do that and hop in.
What's happening here next?
What's happening here next? That's a great question. So you can go to the MakerSpace information and browse through the slides. Right now we're ending at 11:45, and then the next event is going to be Mattia Cutini, an artist who I think is already here. He's going to be doing a presentation of his work, how he's been working with rubber stamps and ink, and he's also using AI to train the machine to use these stamps and create these sort of errors. He's going to tell us more about that. That's a 20-minute. Are you hearing me?
Yep.
Great, thanks. It's a 20-minute presentation, and right after that, we're gonna have an animation series presentation by Ger, an artist. So you see by the MakerSpace information wall, there's a video. Unfortunately, the video is not showing a preview, so you don't know what's going on, but please check that out. It's amazing. It's really beautiful. It's 10 animations by Ger that are about kind of the COVID sort of thing. So I thought it would just make sense to have something about that subject because we're here.
This board to the right of the MakerSpace information?
Oh, say again?
Is it on this board to the right of the MakerSpace information?
Yes, it's that black board. That's a video. Make sure you check that out. I personally love the artwork. And so Ger is going to be talking today about, his ideas, a little bit like the technique that he used to make it. Super interesting stuff. And then the castle closes, and then we'll meet tomorrow again in the afternoon. So days are going to be switching back and forth, but there's always something going to be happening. So every day from tomorrow on, each one of the booths here has the 2 hours to take over the floor. You guys see the bean bags? Yep. Each bean bag has like some wording on top of it. It's kind of hard to see because the words are the same color as the wall, but each bean bag has, subject. So one is community and friends, and the other one is about let's talk technology. So if you're interested in either one of those subjects within each one of the booths, you just go to the information wall and you check, for example, when is the Blockchain Arcade talking? And then you come that day, and if you're interested in community, then you join the beanbag and talk about that. So you're going to see that when you're outside of the beanbags or the booths, it looks like kind of blue. It's a blue line. Once you're inside, it's going to show a green line, which means that nobody's going to hear you when you're inside, and you're not going to hear people outside of the beanbag. So you can have like this bubble for conversations and discussions that are sort of private.
A little sound zone.
Yes, exactly. It works that way. And it's the same in the booths. You can have private conversations inside each one of the booths.
Cool.
Okay.
Does anybody know when the dance party is?
Gary LaChance is here. He will be able to tell you, but you can also go back to the information center and go through the arrows, and you'll find the time there too. So
Okay,
I'm gonna have
you.
to stop my broadcast here, and then I'll meet you later. Okay? Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Yeah, we did the opening party last night. There's a closed.
Okay, so for everybody who's outside the castle, thank you for watching this. Really appreciate it. I hope this sparks your interest and makes you really want to be here. Make sure you register to ETH Denver if you want to enjoy this fun space and meet all these people in person. I think it is replicating quite well how you can connect with people in the real world. So any questions, feel free to share them in the Telegram group that I shared earlier. And thank you for being here. You guys have a great week at ETH Denver.